Are you thinking about working from home? Being in these times, work from home has happened to some people, and it may have crossed your mind, hey, I should try and work at home. Well, I got 3 tips for you that you should know if you're considering working from home. So let's now begin.
YouTube video? MILLERFLOW vlog. Subscribe to MILLERFLOW vlog.
For those of you who don't know, I work from home. I've been doing it for about 10 years. It's a normal part of my life. So I figured these tips would be very helpful to you, and you would get them from someone who's actually does this for a living. Now you're coming into my office. As you can see, it is quite a mess, and you need to see it that way because that's how things can get. I will be cleaning it up, but for now, let's get into what I think are the 3 things that you need to know. And say hi to Chloe, by the way. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is to prepare. Your preparation is very important. And so some of the things that you need to be asking yourself is, first of all, am I able to do this? Do I have a place where I can work from home? Do you have an office? Is there some space where you can have privacy and be able to work without being interrupted as much? I know interruptions do happen, but where you won't be interrupted as much. I do suggest that you have an office space, a room dedicated that has a door that you can close and lock and have that dedicated space. But if you're not able to, find a place where not too many people come around to interrupt. Now, as you're in this preparation, if you have a family or it's just you and your significant other, what you want to do is you want to establish some grounds, some set rules that can be applied to you working at home. What am I talking about? Okay, in my office at this time, I cannot be interrupted. And you want to start with those rules and carry them out. Try to be as consistent as you possibly can with those established rules. At this time, I will be working. I can only have interruptions at this time. Some interesting things you may want to say is I take breaks at this time. We can have conversations or whatever. If you start out with those, you will be successful. People will begin to understand, hey, I don't want to interrupt this person during this time. I have 5 children and I've experienced that. They knew daddy works at this time, and eventually as time go on, I kind of lean up and know, hey, come on in, because they know and have learned not to interrupt me. So establish the rules early. That's what you want to prepare for. Also, as you're thinking about preparation, you want to prepare mentally. Am I able to do this? Am I able to do this? A lot of people have this misconception. They think working at home is just you get all this free time and you can do whatever you want to do. You can sit back, relax, and chill, and it's easy. No, you need to mentally prepare. No! This is working from home. So you're going to be like you're at work, but you're working, your job now is at home. Nothing really changes, only the environment that you're in. That's it. So are you mentally ready to take on working from home and the things that it brings? Number 2 that you have to know about wanting to work from home is your office space. How do you set up your office space? You want your office space to be a place that gives you mental comfort, a place that is open, and it'll help you to focus on your work. Now, I'm showing you this, and I do apologize. My office is a little bit messy. but this is the real. This happens. And so you need to see that. But here I have my lovely dog Chloe here. She's in here. It's very comforting to have a dog with you in your office. Now, the barking does sometimes happen. You've probably seen that on Zoom calls and things like that. But if you have a dog, they can be comforting. They like to be petted, and they'll sit and relax and watch you work. And that's how you know if they're relaxing. Hey, I'm relaxing. I'm doing good work and getting things done. So here's just a layout of things within my office and how I have it prepared. You have to have it where it's to your comfort. Now you can see there's a lot of cowboy stuff in here. Hey, that's what brings me comfort. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. So of course, working from home, you want to have a setup as such. Let me move that out of the way. You want to have, your monitors, and my monitors are actually set up for multitasking. So here this is my work computer actually right here, as well as another monitor I have where I can split the screens and have a multitask type setup, because work from home does require kind of that, where you are able to multitask. You wouldn't believe it, but it is actually so. I also have here my entertainment side. This is my other computer that I use. Yes, you are able to, when you work from home, sometimes to have things that you may want to watch. You're not focused on it while you're doing your work, but it just helps you to ease. And again, remember I said that it is like being at your job, only the environment is different. At my job, I work around computers, so I would have like maybe something going in my headset while I work. That's me. Now, not everybody does that, but you get the point. The third thing you need to know is scheduling. That's right, scheduling. Now, sometimes your job, wherever you work, may set that time as far as the time of schedule that you are to work from home. And that's fine, but scheduling is still important, because now you can fill in things that you normally would do at work when you take a break or a lunch break or things like that. You can schedule certain things within your schedule. Say I need right now to do some cleaning of the dishes here. So I take what will be my work break and say, I'm going to go downstairs, I'm going to wash the dishes and get that done on my break, and then I'm going to come back. You can do those types of things when you schedule it. So make sure that you're scheduling things, because when you work from home, it is a flexible schedule. Even if the job assigns you certain times, your schedule can change. You say, oh, I can have a doctor's appointment, and it is a lot easier to go to that doctor's appointment, but the scheduling is important. I make sure I set times that I can do those things. Now, I want to talk to you about one more thing when it comes to working from home. Okay, guys, one of the things that is not talked about is the pros and cons to working at home. The pros are you are going to be more productive. Surprisingly, you would think, oh, well, I have all this time, I can do this. You will be more productive in your work because you're in your own space. The con to that is if you're not that type of person that can handle being at home, and that's why I talked about the just being mentally ready. If you're not that type of person, then that's the con. It's not going to work. It's just not going to work. Another thing is, two, it is a temptation to not do your work. Now it's like, whoa, contradictory. But yes, it can be a temptation to kind of slack. And so the pro is if you consider that the work you're doing is like the work I would do if I was at the office. Okay? If you're productive at the office, do the same thing. Like I'm at the office, but my office is the home, and you just keep that same momentum going. That's the pro to that you can do that. But the con is, hey, I can get tempted to kind of not do what I would normally do at work. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me looking in the information that's in the description, and I will answer that. And here are some videos I think that you would be interested in. Thank you for tuning in to MILLERFLOW Vlogs. Peace!